the keys to the world to progress some time back because it was doing such a good job of giving us more and more of everything faster and faster, because that's what progress does. And at first, when you're destitute and you need more, that's great to have more. It's wonderful to have more. And get more and more of everything, faster and faster. That is glorious. So progress really produced, and we were very excited about it. But it then became clearer and clearer that it's on a collision course with human limits. Because you have 24 hours a day, so do I. And I don't care how pious you are and how much you beg God, you're not getting an extra 3 seconds. We're stuck with that. You have a certain amount of physical strength. Yes, you can exercise, you can teach yourself more, but you're not going to run from here to Dallas in 5 minutes. You have a certain amount of intellectual ability, a certain amount of emotional resilience and buoyancy, a certain amount of money in your wallet. Those are expandable a little bit, but not like progress is. So there's been this collision. And if you feel it, you know, somewhere down in your duodenum, if you feel that something is disordered in the world, this is what we're talking about. And as a result of this collision, then that leads to overload and imbalance. And so margin is the opposite of overload. If you're at 120%, you're overloaded. But if you're at like 90%, if you're at 80%, you have some margin. 90%, you have some margin. If you're at 98%, you have some margin. If you're at 100%, then you're maximized. You're out of margin, you're maximized. And then when you go over 100%, then you're overloaded. Now, a lot of people live at 120%. And they know it isn't particularly healthy because they can tell there's associated dysfunctions with it. But, you know, what do? I mean, it's wild out there, isn't it? It's just hard to wrestle this monster to the ground and control it. So this is overload. If it hurts, just close your eyes, you know. That's Home Depot. I put 3,000 pounds over his back axle. I put 800 pounds of concrete in the back seat there. He made it like 6 feet, not even that. His wife is in a coma. He was last seen jogging down the street. I don't think he ever came back. So that's overload. That's like some of our lives. Now this is imbalance, because if you're overloaded and you're imbalanced, so margin is goes to overload, and balance goes to equilibrium issues. And so he's overloaded and imbalanced, and this one probably too, I guess. So. But you know, out there in the culture, a lot of people are saying, who cares? So what? I mean, life is crazy. So what? Stop moaning about it. Just sort of accept it. Just accept it. Fast Company is kind of a business magazine, and there's an article in there, Balance is Bunk. And I want to give you, I'm going to summarize this in 2 slides here, about a paragraph. They said the global economy is anti-balance. Someday all of us will have to become workaholics, happy or not, just to get by. Great leaders, serial innovators, even top sales reps may be driven by a kind of inner demon that need to prove themselves. Anxiety is a central part of our existence. Can any couple facing 2 full-time jobs, kids, aging parents, groceries, the dog, the bills, and telemarketers at dinner time expend anything but all stress all the time? You see what they're doing here? They're normalizing this. They said, this is normal. I mean, don't care, this is normal. Well, that isn't exactly normal. Successful professionals found ways to switch the focus of their full attention with lightning speed among activities and people in different realms. Consider it an exercise in continuous redesign and adapting to ever-changing circumstances and priorities. Ever-changing priorities. That's a scary phrase. For couples, this also requires constant rebalancing roles and responsibilities. Those who succeed are the people who learn to dance with change. They don't make decisions once or twice, but all the time. Wow. I mean, I read this and I was just frightened by this article. I mean, they're going to succeed in normalizing the enormous amount of overload and imbalance we have in our culture that's just ripping the culture and the social fabric of our culture and individual lives so much. They just said, this is normal, just don't look down. You live here so much, get used to it, don't look down, okay? One of the problems with this is that everything in the universe exhibits a very sophisticated element. Everything, scientifically, everything in the entire universe is balanced. One of the things I should point out is homeostasis. Your body has a fierce guardian inside of it called homeostasis, which is Greek for keeping the same. Your body has this ability to keep the same, to keep it, bring it back into balance. You don't want hypo or hyper associated to your life. Okay, it's painful. It's very expensive if you have those adjectives on your, if you have those modifiers on your life. So homeostasis keeps you alive, keeps you well. So isn't there a hint there? How about the entire universe? There's a Roger Penrose. He's a mathematician at Cambridge University in England, and he said that the precision in the universe is on the order of 10 to the 10th to the 123rd.
Wow.
Now, I know mathematics, but I don't know that number. That is an impossible number. It said this is the precision in the universe. It is frighteningly precise, everything. And so I have an entire chapter that looks at balance in the entire created order. He says, this number is so big, if you put a digit on every neutron in the universe, on every proton in the universe, there's not enough neutrons and protons to contain this number.